Hello, teacher. Good afternoon, and we hope you have a good day. Today, this afternoon, we are going to discuss about Starlink. Next, but what is the Starlink? Starlink is a company that was born as a SpaceX project for the creation of a constellation of internet satellites, with the aim of providing a broadband internet service, low latency, and worldwide coverage at low cost. Starlink was born from the ideas of the famous entrepreneurial uh, physics Elon Musk, which is for his companies Tesla, SpaceX, and now Starlink. Next. The objective is to create a high-speed broadband system generated by satellites around the Earth that provide internet to the population, especially to rural areas without connection. Its promise broadband data speeds of 50 megabytes per second and 150 megabytes mm, with 20 milliseconds at for 40 microseconds latency. One of the value promise of this bid was to provide customer with satellite internet at low cost and with a sorry a broader coverage that other companies in the sector. Basically, the company wants to support the entire world from the internet so that in the long term, the internet is low cost and with high data input and output speeds.
How do it work? The operation of this system is quite simple. What SpaceX is going to do is create a whole network of satellites that orbit the Earth. There will be so many that they will orbit every corner of the planet. These satellites will use the propagation of electromagnetic waves through a vacuum to send their signal. At your home, you hear the service and you will receive a kit to mount the antenna at home. This kit is configured for your specific geographic area, so you cannot borrow it. The kit will have an antenna that you have to occupy in a point to the key where it will receive the signals. These signals will be sent to the Wi-Fi router that is included in the kit, and with you will have the connection at home. Next, please. And below a small diagram that shows the pros of the satellites. As indirect of the satellite website kits, antenna must be placed in an elevated area and or free of obstacles, so such as a triple place or alarm post, and any of these objects can interface with your connection and deliver your web quote the internet.
Satellite. Internet communication satellites are expected to be small class when we class 100 and 500 in mass which were initially intended to be in low orbit and an altitude of about hover space, eventually deciding to spec the satellites at a relatively lower level due to concerns about space point. Are amounts of transmitting anti signals from some areas of the earth to others, since they are used to issue antennas suspend from TV ski. The frequencies they handle are high and the range, the high directionality of uses makes it possible to illuminate a specific the earth. Acts or repeated locate in space, it receives the signals soon from the ground stations and retransmit the home on the world satellite or back to the ground receives. Next, communication. The satellites will employ optical links to each other and digital place beam antennas in the Q and K bands according to comments filed by the US Federal Communication Commissions according filed with the federal Mexico in the channel.
Okay, very well. So far we have talked about that Starlink is. Now let's talk about its advantage that its project represents not only of the company, but for the whole of humanity. But what is advance of satellite systems? Okay, the feeds global coverage, high speed access, economic, satellites support various forms of communication, satellite solutions and heat flexible and can operate independently or as part of large network. Development began in 2015 and the fifth satellite prototypes were launched on February 22, 2018, and 16 satellites to place on May 23, 2019, and the start of commercial operations of the constellation base in 2020. Research and development for the project takes place to SpaceX and in Redmond and City, Washington. Next, please. Okay. Now, us far a project is connected, I can mention the following. SpaceX launched its first, okay, thanks, thanks. SpaceX launched its first Starlink satellite in 2021 with the purpose of expanding the growing constellation of Elon Musk's company. The launch represents two records figures of the film feeds the Falcon rocket made its A5 and thanks to the feed of the 60 the fifth satellite of SpaceX, the ships and the beats in orbit. The Falcon rocket lifting of the path of the NASA and the Kennedy Space Center. The launch came after a 2-day delay to bed water in the area and the need for additional pre-flight checks. Thanks.
Projects that Starlink can facilitate. Number one, autonomous cars, smart houses, in public security. For now, Starlink has a fairly high price and made use of several payments. On the one hand, you have to pay the price of the hardware kit, which is the one with the antenna, the router, and all the cables. Then you have to pay for the shipping and lastly, you also have to pay your monthly fee. Currently, this price can be broken down as follows. Starlink kit price, 200 euros, 500 euros, shipping cost 60 euros, monthly price of the server 200 euros per month. In case the client regrets, because Starlink does no guarantee to be able to provide service in their area, they have 30 days to request a full refund of what they have paid. When you go to register on the web, and you will also tell the customer when you plan to have connection coverage available in your area. Conclusion, Starlink is project with revolutionary life, as we know is sensing every region will be connected to a network, which will make all the information available to anyone in the world using the internet.
Well, that's all, teacher. Thanks for watching, and see you in class.
Thanks.